part 6 of this preparing year-end accounts series, prepayments and accruals. As mentioned many times now in previous videos, this is a year-end course. This course will not teach you about prepayments and accruals. I have a course all about prepayments and accruals which will teach you the basics of how to do them. I'll put a link in the description below. Next up on the list is prepayments and accruals. So once the depreciation is done, you can then work on the prepayments and accruals. And there's a few bullet points here. Number 1, let's just cover the basics of prepayments and accruals, and I'll be very brief. So prepayments are costs accounted for in the financial period that relate to the next financial period. So if our year-end, the company year-end is 31st December 2024, and there's an invoice 15th of December 2024, so it's within the financial period, but the costs that are on that invoice relate to the next financial period, then that needs moving. We require a prepayment. A prepayment is needed. An accrual or accruals are costs accounted for in the next financial period that relate to the reporting period, the period that we're doing. So once again, if our year end is 31st December 2024, it could be that there's an invoice on the 25th of January 2025 that actually relates to that financial year previously. So that needs to be brought in to that previous financial year. Prepayments are assets. So the journal entries are debit prepayments on the balance sheet and credit the relevant expenses on the profit and loss statement. Accruals are the opposite. So they are liabilities. The journal entries are credit accruals on the balance sheet and debit the relevant expenses on the profit and loss statement. And just like depreciation, the prepayments and accruals should be dated the last day of the reporting period. So once again, going back to the year end being 31st December 2024, the prepayments and accruals should be dated 31st December 2024. Prepayments are another adjustment. So as covered in the previous video, you can include them on the same journal as the depreciation. You don't have to, you could split them up. If you do split them up, just make sure they are titled appropriately, that they're easy to find. And just like I covered with depreciation, make sure you have clear calculations, clear notes, clear workings for your prepayments and accruals. Now with prepayments and accruals, we have to reverse them, and they are reversed the first day of the next financial period. So once again, 31st December 2024 is our financial year. Prepayments and accruals will be dated 31st December 2024, and they'll be reversed on the 1st of January 2025. Okay, common prepayments and accruals. Now a very random picture here. It's a fig. I typed common, and this is the picture that came up. If you could explain that to me, that'd be great. But hey ho, I posted it. I'm common. It's a fig. I don't get it. Common prepayments, typical prepayments, are costs that are generally paid once a year. So insurance, if it's paid annually, there could be a prepayment. Subscriptions, especially software subscriptions, are generally paid annually, so there'll be prepayments there. There can also be prepayments for rent. Sometimes rent is paid once a quarter, and that can overlap a financial period. Retainers as well are a common expense that can come under prepayments. So look out for those things. When it comes to accruals, typical accruals are accounting fees and interest. So a very brief video. As mentioned, I do have a whole course by itself all about prepayments and accruals. But this is the ending of part 6, and part 7 we will start on stock adjustments. If you're still following this series, if it's still being helpful, please like, please subscribe. Any questions, leave them below. If you don't have any questions, then please still use the comment section to say thanks, Bookkeeping Master, or thanks for the video, because all this support is very much appreciated. I'll speak to you in the next video.